NBC Sports and the United States Golf Association proudly present the 50th Walker Cup. Uninterrupted coverage is brought to you in partnership with Rolex. Since its opening in 1928, Cypress Point Club has been held in the highest regard, as this Alistair McKenzie design is the perfect combination of land meeting sea, and this year it plays host to the Walker Cup for a second time. Saturday was sensational, great drama. We're expecting much more of the same here on Sunday. Take a look at how things stand in these foursomes on this Sunday, and it is presented by Rolex. The Americans beginning the day with a 1-point lead. They're up in 2 of the 4 matches. GB&I, they lead by 1 in that anchor match. As we take a look at the format, same thing we saw in the morning yesterday. 4 foursomes matches on the course on this Sunday, then 10 singles matches on tap this afternoon. The Americans needing 13 points to retain the cup. GB&I at least 13.5 to win. Let's take a look at some highlights from earlier on this day. Steve Burkowski, Nota Begay with you, and we'll start with the Weaver-Graham match against Koiven and Morrison. Koiven, the top-ranked amateur in the world. Morrison, number 6, and Tommy right out of the gates this par putt to win the opening hole.
Well, these two were very disappointed to lose that match yesterday morning, so coming out here with a little bit of added incentive to put up a point on the board.
And Koiven to extend that early lead, birdie putt at 5.
You can see there, fist pump early. These points, these matches mean so much to these players.
But Weaver and Graham have battled back. They're tied as they play the 9th. Match number 2, Charlie Forster, Luke Poulter against Preston Stout and Ethan Fang. And the Oklahoma State Cowboy teammates, Fang and Stout, paired together once again, and right out of the gates, Fang second on the first.
Yeah, just a nice, smooth, sort of 3/4 wedge shot there, controlling the spin right underneath the hole.
They would win that hole and extend the early lead as Fang made this at the 3rd.
Another good look here, such a great putter. Just really puts a nice roll on the ball.
Currently Stout and Fang 1 up through 7. Match number 3, Stuart Grehen, the 32-year-old, alongside Elliot Baker against Mason Howell and Jacob Modleski. And this was Modleski, the 20-year-old, the Notre Dame standout for birdie at the 1st.
Yeah, played some solid golf in his singles match yesterday, only to come up just a bit short.
The Americans would win the first 2 holes. Great Britain and Ireland would win the 3rd and tried to win 2 in a row on their own. And Elliot Baker, what a wonderful touch here at the 4th.
How fast that putt is.
Baker, the 22-year-old from England, trying to give Great Britain and Ireland a little jump start in match number 3. Then the final match out, Niall Shields Donegan and Cameron Adam for GB&I against Chase Summy and Michael Lasasso. Cameron Adam, his second at the par 5 second hole.
Yeah, in order to get this close, got to land it short, try and get the ball to run up and on to the putting surface, and just hits a left-handed draw into that slope, banking to his right to left, just underneath the hole. Picture perfect.
Got a couple of Scotsmen paired together here in this final match. Shields Donegan, 2 putts to win the hole. But when you start seeing these go in, you say, all right, a nice eagle. We're going to take the early lead and see where that gets us by day's end.
Well, just well executed, and they've maintained a 1-up lead up to this point. So trouble left of the green. If he hits it too far right, it'll come back off the front.
This just right of the flag and drawing. Good looking shot.
And a really good result.
Could not have done it any better than that.
Yeah.
And Nota, you heard the discussion. You heard Tommy say, if you can get me to about 110, and Jackson's like, well, then I've got to come out almost backwards. Back at 8, 3rd for Tommy Morrison.
Perfect.
It should come back now. Oh, a little unlucky that did climb up.
Yeah, an absolute must make if they want to have any chance of tying this hole. And we should see a concession here.
They've got a birdie putt, 2 putts to win the hole and tie the match. And it looks like it is conceded. We never heard it verbally noted, but when you see your partner behind
switched
you.
up to a one-handed technique. So they're in trouble there.
Let's go over to 9. Graham, his second.
From 91 yards, looking for one bounce and some spin, bring it back off the slope. Here it comes. That will leave a very, very quick putt once this ball finally comes to rest. It should bring the ball back towards the flagstick. But he's hit it way too hard, and now they are in big, big trouble.
That was Tommy Morrison. It goes back to the strategy off the tee there by the Americans.
Right.
Doesn't get much easier for the Americans at 9, third for Koiven.
Sit down. That's going to run all the way down to the lower level now, and
Sorry about that.
they missed. They may just concede it at this point.
No, I completely agree with Notice take off the tee, put themselves in a really bad position. This is just something of a Hail Mary that is not going to get up the slope, it doesn't appear, so we should see a concession here. And the GB&I pair has gone from 2 down to 1 up.
And to what Bones just said, Americans were 2 up through 5, GB&I gaining momentum, and then if you don't pull that shot off, you're just feeding the...
Starts out right of it, trying to draw.
And it just found the back bunker, Bone, so not a great approach and awfully deep for a 9-iron. That really carried a long way, so.
All right, back at 10 with GB&I.
Oh my goodness, that was some pinball there. That hit at least 2 trees, maybe 3, and is now out in the fairway some 110 yards from the hole.
That was Tyler Weaver, and noted that could have gone anywhere.
It really could have. What a great break to find the fairway. They're still not out of this hole. I'm not sure if they are aware of where Koiven's ball ended up, but
Looks like it needs to get up.
oh, it does, Bones. It's tight in there, about 3 feet.
He's third from that bunker.
And the U.S. could really use some momentum here. That checked up nicely, and it's drifting down towards the hole. That is a fantastic play. Needs to hang on just a little. It is incredibly sloped right here, but it's very, very delicate downhill. Jackson hated that from the get-go.
Yeah, that was blocked all the way. 6-footer coming back.
Considering where their tee shot ended up, how the second somehow got into the fairway.
Oh, that can
what a
really,
4, what a win.
A poor lie from 190, looking to chase something onto the green. This is a little bit right, but kicks left. This is a really, really good shot.
Took advantage of the angle that they had from the left side of the fairway, albeit in the rough.
This starting to the center of the green and drawing a little bit. It will be outside the Americans' putt, it appears. Up the slope and now in the downhill portion. This has got to settle down a little bit. What a fantastic putt. Boy, he was trying to make that the whole way. Also back up the hill, moving slightly to his left. And Jackson could use some momentum.
No, he wanted that one.
Jackson Koiven, his second, 92 yards.
Monster drive. Iron play needs to show up here. And it certainly does. That lands about 2 feet from the hole. Spins a little bit further away.
Irons from Morrison to everyone else as he's got this for birdie to win the hole. And a big one by the Americans.
That is huge. They're cutting that lead in half now. From the fringe to the green, it'll like shift gears and feels like it speeds up a little bit.
Amateur in the world looking to tie up this match.
I think that's okay there, Bones. It wasn't really a putt he could charge. That is a monster putt right there. Keeps them, their side, in the lead.
A couple of good threes.
He hammered
that had a little
one.
pace
that
to
was
it.
no break, dead center.
Be right.
Well, remember what Morrison did here yesterday. There was no chance that was going to be right of the hole location. Here's Graham.
From 144 yards straight downwind. Left of the hole.
Go, go.
Boy, did that sound good coming off the face. That was great audio. The clickiness of the face just interacting with the ball in a solid fashion.
Hill, then uphill, and a very tough putt to read, moving from right to left in the last half. GB&I duo are in really good shape. And that's going to run out a little bit. And boy, the U.S. is in really dire straits right now.
Let's see, this will be dead speed as it gets near the hole.
And
That's
that,
big,
folks, is 6 or 7 feet past the hole.
Come on, let's go! Come on!
That's part of the equation. Now the pressure ramped up for Connor Graham to respond.
Oh my goodness, match play.
What a gift to the American team.
And it got gobbled up by the rough. Advantage U.S.
Now Koiven.
From 112, drawing something right of the flag.
And you got to believe these guys are going to put this to bed now.
After the second shots.
9 yards, a horrible lie.
All in all, not a bad effort. I'm not sure you can see it from where you're standing, Bones, but it just came up on the fringe just left of the hole, so not a bad effort.
What a shot by the 18-year-old. Here's Morrison at the last.
Look at that ball turn. And
Boy,
Bones, he has left him.
You said it, no doubt.
You and I are thinking the exact same thing. Go ahead.
I do not hear a concession relative to that putt. So
Just catches the right side and goes.
Big time putt. And it came down to the end, but we knew Koiven was going to come up with a big putt, and it just happened right there.
Yeah, what did Bones say? Koiven was due for something like that, and he delivers for Captain Nathan Smith.
And I know.
Let's go to match 3 at the 5th. Elliot Baker and Stuart Graham for Great Britain and Ireland against Mason Howell and Jacob Modleski. Match currently tied. That's Graham for bogey to tie the hole, so the American's going to take a 1-up lead in that one. Over at the 7th, Mason Howell, the U.S. amateur champ, the 18-year-old high school senior, looking to extend the Americans' lead. Boy, did he make a lot of putts yesterday in big spots like that, Noda.
Great for par.
Over at 8, Jacob Modleski, his second. Americans 3 up in this one.
Well, the good part for the American side is that it's from the fairway. And that's exactly what you can do here. A little bit of a backstop that gives the players a little bit of buffer in terms of. So trying to cut into that lead a little bit more.
All right, back at 8, Stuart Grehen, the 32-year-old Irishman, could use a good one.
I consider that a good one, right underneath the hole, a little bit easier putt.
High school senior from Thomasville, Georgia. To win the hole.
You can tell by the reaction that did not go in.
Britain, Ireland here at the A. Stuart Grehen needs this for par. Baker had a great birdie putt, raced it by a couple of feet, and that's why you make him
And that's why
finish.
you want to see it.
In the 8th and extend the American lead to 4 up. Oh my goodness.
Somebody put the lid on the hole at 8, because things that can happen in match play, anything is possible. So you got to maintain your focus, never quit on any given holes. We just saw at the 10th hole, Weaver and Graham.
3 up in this one, his second.
Gonna hit a low little spinner in there, try and rip it off that back edge.
Slowly getting better.
Yeah, it's fun to watch. You know, lot of little banks and hills around these greens. Players can get real.
On the 9th, Stuart Grehen for birdie, GB&I 3 down.
Well, there's something, but Americans still have a chance to answer.
A couple of nice threes.
Very nice. Nice work there by both teams. Holes to play.
Over at 10, Mason Howell, 3rd from the bunker. GB&I has a par putt remaining. Boy, this teenager has showed a lot of us a ton of game.
Oh, just, yeah, a lot of different.
Win the hole for the Americans and go 4 up in the match. So the 2 American advantage is that they have. Second, Americans 3 up in this match.
And it was.
Someone back there, be good,
Somebody
be
saw
good. Stuart Grehen right here, 3 down. Modleski's in close.
Yeah, it appears they may have to make a 3 here just to possibly get a tie.
Almost made it 2.
And that 3's conceded. The other 3 we're going to have to see.
Now Howell needs this for birdie to tie the hole.
It's another birdie putt that he just holds to tie a hole. So he's like, when am I going to get to make one of these to win a hole?
Pressure on Elliott Baker. They're 3 down.
And responds beautifully. Flighted wedge, kept the trajectory a little.
Stuart Grehen, short birdie putt to win the hole for GB&I. All right, they're battling back to that one as well. Birdie putts at 15. Here's Howell, first to go for the Americans.
Come on!
Didn't he do something like that yesterday?
That is huge right there. The
How about Mason
youngster
Howell?
coming through with the goods again in a big moment. Just when Grehen and Baker thought they might be able to cut that lead in half.
In 16 at Cypress. Now Elliott Baker needs to make it to tie the hole for GB&I.
Easy to overread this putt.
Thought they had the advantage after the tee shots. Now Howell and Modleski 3 up, 3 to go. Grehen second at 16. How about that? Stuart Grehen.
That is a big shot from Grehen.
If not, they'll play at least one more hole. They're going to keep going.
That was a good effort.
Just a moment. You heard the roar because of this shot by Mason Howell at 17.
Great shot, Mason.
Oh, how about in?
Did it go in? It went in, didn't it?
My goodness, that's a way to
I'm pretty sure.
put an exclamation point on a match right there.
Goal in Albatross with a 6-iron from 237, and what a statement he made. The shot of a lifetime here at
Great
17.
shot,
I tell you what,
One hop in.
he's had quite a week. Going 2-2 yesterday at 15-60, and you add that one today, it's 2-2-2. Yeah, we've seen a shot earlier today land long and left and work back toward the hole, so definitely to carry this all the way to the hole.
This is a 9-iron. And this two, oh no, it catches up left in the sand.
Wow, that is going to be one heck of a tough shot there, and he knows it. That is a very poor miss with a 9-iron in your hand.
Look at the second at the 7th for Ethan Fang.
He's got a chance. He's just got to dump it out, and it will crawl up onto the green.
But might not stay there.
Not horrible. Still has a chance to give his partner a par putt.
Very small plateau that it's on, only about 12 yards by 12 yards. So I don't even know if he'll try to take this pin on coming out of the rough. He's aimed it over at the right side of the green, going for the safe play. May need to get up. That's going to leave a very difficult pitch. This just right of the hole, needs to get up. Nope, it's good.
Yeah, it's really good, Raj.
Day, which spells trouble for that side. They drop another hole to Stout and Fang and get to that 2 down point, which is a tough hill to overcome.
Matter of a couple yards.
Yeah,
Major
and that
difference.
is totally out of position. It'll completely depend on whether that team catches a lie over in the dunes there.
Charlie Forster from the dunes at 9.
Bit unfortunate there. You see how that ball's working back. If he runs it up closer to the back edge of the green, which I know that he was trying to do, it would have come back a lot closer to the hole.
Look at Luke Poulter. Come on, get closer,
like
because the
curl.
Americans are in close.
And Roger, those were the putts Poulter was knocking down yesterday in that morning session. Made 3 putts of that length to win holes. Just not finding it today.
Coming in a little down breeze. A little left of the hole and a little short, it appeared.
That is well short, Roger. That landed a good 10 yards short of the front part of that green. So
Poulter at 10.
In the rough here, 139. This ball has come up high, soft, and right.
It appears to have caught one of those bunkers short of the green.
Yeah.
Trying to land something short of the green and chasing on up, and very well judged. And now this too from behind the hole on the right will have a little break to the left in it. It too is quick.
Nice putt by Preston Stout. The Americans now 4 up in that match.
Just grinded out a par there, and good teamwork.
And you don't want to miss right. This is a little left of the hole on the proper line. Okay.
Nicely played there. Smart shot with the Americans in trouble, giving themselves a great chance to cut into that lead.
I think it may straighten up some. But overall, left to right break, pretty level from a speed perspective.
That was for birdie to win the hole, and that was bold.
And that had some heat on it.
As we watch Stout at 12.
That's from 131 playing back into the breeze. Wind's holding it up some.
12, Ethan Fang for birdie.
And right to left breaker. Green runs away slightly from him.
In that match yesterday.
Birdie at 13 for Poulter.
That might have been his dad yelling the loudest there after seeing a putt finally go in. He can get this in tight. This would really send a message. Should come back a little bit.
Breaking right very fast. That's really a pretty good effort. And a big putt for them at this point.
It's going the wrong way for this duo the last 30 minutes or so.
It's the second time that Stout has come up well short with an iron shot from the middle. He did it at 10.
And Poulter trying to win the 14th.
And their third consecutive hole.
The U.S. is leaking oil in that second match, and GB&I is right there to take advantage.
But I'm telling you, the play here is left of the hole. Give yourself some room. Just left of the hole. Big hop, but it'll spin. That's pretty well done right there.
From the playbook of Roger Maltby, right there. That's
Why would you ever doubt him? Back at 15, Charlie Forster for birdie. Oh, how about that?
And they are on a run right now.
And now pressure on Ethan Fang to respond.
Virtually the same putt downhill, breaking some left to right.
It's too much. It's not going to come back.
Boy, how things have changed here. 4 straight wins for Great Britain and Ireland. They have tied the match.
Needs to cut this against that right to left breeze, I would think, to get it to land soft. This seems like a lot of club.
That's his natural shot. He is a left to right all day, every day.
He's done that, but he's hit it right. This is on dead man's land, boy. This is not going to make it.
Let's go, Charlie. Come on.
And even the balls that go into the Pacific Ocean here off the rocks are dramatic.
Here's Preston Stout from the drop zone at 16. Third shot for the Americans.
Just got to go right at it now. And they're going to be well outside. Great Britain and Ireland tee shot, putting for a bogey 4.
At 16, Ethan Fang, long one for bogey. Americans in big trouble here. And with Great Britain and Ireland on the green.
Just trying to get this in position, setting up his partner Ethan Fang with a nice angle there for the second. So
here's Forster at 17, second for Great Britain and Ireland.
is from 141 and needs a dandy at this point. A little downwind, hole cut on just about 8 paces from this angle.
Getting a little better, Noda.
Yeah, he needed a dandy and didn't get it.
To win the hole and the match.
Their 6th consecutive win of a hole. Americans still have a little work left to do. I would imagine this might be conceded. It is. Just inside 4 feet. But at this point, it's a very nervous 4 feet. Gotta have it to see the next hole.
Well, you stop the bleeding if you're the Americans after losing 5 straight holes. Stout, maybe some tree trouble with his second.
Yeah, some definite tree trouble. Gonna have to hit a little bit of a cut to get it to work in between those tree limbs.
Great Britain and Ireland, 1 up, just needs center of the green. Here's Poulter.
He's kind of hanging his head there. And that's okay. I mean, it's going to work back toward the front of the green, but this thing's not done yet.
And that ball hasn't stopped yet.
So this is an uphill right to left breaking putt. Just want to get the speed right. Which he did.
That close to closing it out. Fang needs to make it to win the hole and tie the match.
Nope.
What a comeback by Luke Poulter and Charlie Forrester. They stood on the tee at the 11th, 4 down in the match. They won 11, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Ultimately, a 1-up tally for GB&I and a much-needed point for their team. To the 4th, final match out on this Sunday morning in Foursome. Cameron Adam, the lefty, alongside Niall Shields Donegan, currently 1 up against Jay Summy and Michael Assasso.
Yeah, hole cut up against the left edge, so playing to the center part of the green, working it back with the natural contour. You can just see how much pitch exists in that green. And that is beautifully done. Great homework on behalf of the GB&I side.
And the Americans to try to match it.
Well, he just saw the right way to do it. Just got to land it past the hole and pull it back. This should work the same way.
That's how you do it. Let's get back to the green at 5. Niall Shields Donegan for Great Britain and Ireland for par to win the hole, and they go 2 up in that match.
So a little bit of blue showing up on the leaderboard now.
Let's head over to 7. The American team has already played, missing the green here at the par 3. This Cameron Adam for GB&I.
This looks like a good line if it comes off of that back slope, and it will now. This is going to be a good shot.
Great shot. Really good one by Cameron Adam. These two very comfortable alongside one another.
And that always helps with regard to the chemistry between a pairing. And you can see there, he only had about a 2 or 3 yard window to carry that because he was coming out of the rough.
See what Jay Summy can do.
Come up well short, so we'll see what kind of lie they draw. Good thing is they're hitting up back into the slope. The bad thing is they might not have a lie at all.
5th shot for Lassasso here at 8. And you think with GB&I just on the back fringe in 2, that's probably enough, and it is.
Yeah, one of those.
4 to 9, Niall Shields Donegan getting ready for his second. Great Britain and Ireland 2 up in the match. This a moment ago.
Depends what kind of. That worked just fine.
Was it too hard?
Should sneak back into our camera view there, and
No, it wasn't.
I think he got away with it. He got away with it.
Chase Summy needs to make this for birdie to tie the hole, or the Americans will fall 3 down.
And another dropped hole there.
And Niall Shields Donegan for Great Britain and Ireland for birdie to win the hole and go 4 up in the match. How about that touch? Wow. Over at 12, Niall Shields Donegan for birdie to win the hole and extend the GB&I lead, and that is exactly what he's done. 5 up in that anchor match.
America 4, Great Britain and Ireland 5 up.
Getting ready for his second. Great Britain and Ireland's already missed the green.
This is a key shot right here. Got to take advantage, and does.
Head over to 13. Niall Shields Donegan has this for par. We saw the Americans in close with their approach, so Team USA likely to pick one up here. And with that coming up short, the concession the rest of the way. GB&I still in charge there. 4 up, 5 to go in the last match out. Let's go to 14. Shields Donegan third from short and right of the green. That close.
This is critical here. They need this putt. He had to have loved the roll he put on it, just didn't take the break.
So Great Britain and Ireland will maintain that 4 up lead with 4 to go.
Yeah, in order to get this close, you have to land it on the front third, which also brings in the water short of the green in play.
Hang in there.
Yeah,
it does.
Anything on land is a good place to start at 16.
They just need to tie a hole to close them out.
Sometimes easier said than done. Try and get something anywhere on the putting green. Just as lands into the false front there. And now they've got a nice uphill look for birdie. Boy, that had some heat on it and got lucky there to hit the U.S. coin. Took some speed out of it. That might have rolled another maybe foot or so.
To win the hole and extend the match. See if Lasasso can do it. He can, barely.
He snuck it in that right side.
America 3, Great Britain and Ireland 2 up.
See if the Americans can hit another good one.
Lasasso with the exact same yardage, wedge in hand.
That is hung out. But a good place to putt from. If it does stay on, there's a little bit of a slope there that will sometimes take the ball off the green and have a tendency to just put a little too much speed on it.
We've seen it.
That's actually a pretty good effort.
Yeah.
I really think that that's a good effort. That is a hard putt. I just never took the break.
But Shields Donegan hoping that putt won't matter. This for the GB&I victory. Solid.
There it is. Critical point for GB&I.
Great Britain and Ireland win 2-1.